What happens when loyalty runs out, the pressure is on, and the law comes knocking? Today's story is messy, explosive, and way deeper than family drama. Because behind closed doors, Melania Trump made a choice that sent shockwaves through Mar-a-Lago. And when Donald Trump found out she refused to help save Ivanka from federal prison, things went left real fast. We're talking rage, receipts, and legal consequences that could change everything. Welcome back to Celebs Beyonds, where we break down what really goes on when power, money, and family collide. Let's get into it.
Then we have a man who, to me, this is the most interesting story. What do you look like, Ivanka? Has anyone ever told you that? I'm saying, is that Ivanka? Could you just turn around for the camera? Does she look like Ivanka? It's the most unbelievable thing. So I didn't want to take a chance. I say, is that Ivanka? You look just like Ivanka, which is a great compliment, actually. So
Ivanka is doing a lot of things. She's an amazing person, and she's a little bit involved, when they want words of wisdom or whatever. She did a very good job here. All she wanted is she could have had any job. I told her, I'll put you at the
That deal would have meant Melania taking the stand to help cut down Ivanka Trump's possible prison time in a federal fraud case. Melania said nope. And within just 17 minutes of that refusal, the receipts started rolling in. A Secret Service post hit the media, all of it capturing the defendant's meltdown when his lawyers told him Melania wasn't about to save her daughter from doing time. Before you brush this off as rich family mess, understand what really went down legally. Federal prosecutors slid Melania a cooperation deal. Testify about 3 specific money moves you personally saw, and we'll push for a lighter sentence for Ivanka. That's Prosecutor Playbook 101. She declined. Ivanka Trump is staring down 11 to 19 years in federal prison on bank fraud charges. If Melania had cooperated, that range could have dropped to 6 to 10. That's the difference between missing your kids' ABCs versus missing their high school graduation. And the defendant, according to evidence my office pulled just this morning, completely lost it. I've got documented proof of rage, threats, and what we legally call consciousness of guilt. Here's what I'm about to walk you through. The timeline showing how Melania and Ivanka both ended up witnesses in my probe. The 3 exact transactions Melania had front row knowledge of. The proof of the defendant's reaction. The cold, hard prison math for Ivanka. And the bigger pattern, because Ivanka is now the 3rd Trump family member I've charged in connected financial schemes. Let me start with the timeline. April 15th. 2024. I greenlit the very first subpoena pulling Melania Trump's financial records tied to Trump Organization dealings. Her name was sitting right there on bank paperwork as an authorized signer on accounts connected to fraudulent loan filings. That signature traced back to 17 separate transactions from 2018 through 2022. By July 2024, my office had already questioned Melania twice under subpoena. She wasn't the target. She was a witness with firsthand insight into the money moves between the defendant and Ivanka. And those proffer sessions? They cracked something wide open. Melania sat in meetings where the defendant told Ivanka to doctor loan documents. She was physically there. She heard it with her own ears. She watched paperwork get changed in real time. October 3rd, 2024. I hit Ivanka Trump with 3 counts of bank fraud, 2 counts of tax fraud, and 1 conspiracy charge. The case was airtight. Still, my office sent Melania's lawyers a formal proffer offer. Clear terms. Testify honestly about 3 financial transactions you personally witnessed, and I'll recommend a sentencing reduction for Ivanka. Her attorneys asked for 2 extensions. January came and dipped. February slid by too. They tried to hide behind marital privilege, which doesn't cover business crime. Then this morning, 9:33 a.m., the final word. A short letter from her legal team. After careful consideration, Mrs. Trump rejects the government's cooperation deal. She will not testify in United States versus Ivanka Trump. No explanation, no counteroffer, just a flat no. Spousal privilege covers private conversations between a husband and wife. Personal pillow talk type stuff. It does not cover business dealings carried out with other people in the room. Melania can't be forced to testify about intimate marital conversations. But meetings about Trump Organization money moves? That's business. Whole different set of rules. This refusal wasn't about the law. It was a decision. So now, let me break down exactly what Melania's testimony could have been, because the details matter. Transaction 1, May 17, 2019. Mar-a-Lago Executive Offices. Meeting included the defendant, Ivanka, Melania, and 2 Trump Organization accountants. Topic was a $47 million loan application to Deutsche Bank. I've got emails proving the meeting was on the calendar. I've got one accountant on record confirming it happened. What I don't have from Melania is her firsthand version of what the defendant allegedly told Ivanka about juicing asset values on that loan paperwork. The accountant testified the defendant ordered Ivanka to use 2017 appraisal numbers, way higher than actual 2019 market values. Melania was right there at that table. Her testimony would have backed up the accountant. Clean and clear. Transaction 2. Text messages between Melania and Ivanka in August 2020. The topic was an IRS audit of Trump Organization tax filings. 15 separate texts where Ivanka asks Melania how to deal with the asset disclosure mess. Melania's replies point to awareness of offshore accounts. One message says, and I'm quoting word for word, "Use the Cyprus structure like we discussed with your father. They can't trace beneficial ownership." I wanted Melania to break down what Cyprus structure actually meant, what conversations she had already had with the defendant, and what she knew about hiding beneficial ownership. Transaction 3. Direct knowledge of offshore accounts controlled by Ivanka. Bank records show Melania was listed as an authorized user on 2 accounts in Cyprus and 1 in the Cayman Islands. Total deposits across those 3 accounts from 2018 to 2022. $18.4 million. Melania's testimony could have explained where that money came from, why those accounts existed, and how much control Ivanka really had. Now let me translate what corroborating testimony means in real terms. I already have the paper trail. Emails, bank records, text messages. I already have accountant testimony. But when a family member who was actually in the room confirms what the paperwork shows, that's corroboration. That's how you wipe out reasonable doubt. I prosecuted Paul Manafort for financial crimes. His own daughter's text messages became evidence. Same type of family setup. Business crimes don't get wrapped in family privilege. Now let me show you how the defendant reacted when he found out Melania said no. This morning at 10:15 a.m., a Secret Service agent assigned to the defendant's detail filed a voluntary witness statement with my office. The statement describes a phone call the agent overheard between the defendant and his lead attorney around 9:52 a.m. The defendant was inside a residential area at Mar-a-Lago when the call came through. The agent, standing about 12 feet away on standard protection duty, heard the defendant yell, and I'm quoting the report, "Melania is betraying this family. She's siding with Smith against her own daughter." The call went on for about 4 minutes. Sound off in the comments and let me know what you think. Let's really get into it. If you're rocking with the content, go ahead and tap that like button. And if you're new around here, welcome to the fam. Make sure you smash that subscribe. Hit the notification bell too so you don't miss when we drop the newest heat. Appreciate y'all for watching and rocking with us.